Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors meeting for Monday, August 12th, 2019. Call the meeting to order. Our first item of business is to review the agenda.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and by Jeff and seconded by Santos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3 is to receive comments from the public. Any member of the public who wishes to address the board on a subject that is not already on our consent or on our agenda. I don't see any members of the public, so I don't think we'll have any. Moving on to item 4, discussion and possible action to approve the claims dated August 12th, 2019 in the amount of $1,208,426.47.
I would move to approve.
Second.
Scott moves, Jeff seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 5, items Planning and Zoning Administrator Eric Furness. Good morning, Eric.
Everybody leaves when I get up. I won't take it personal.
Likes most outings.
Yeah. The two special use permits to start off were granted by the Board of Adjustment. One was a special use permit to place a mobile home on a property for the care of a grandparent. That was on Echo Avenue. That's kind of a typical special use permit. It's limited, renewable 1-year terms. They have to contact us to verify that the conditions for which it was granted continue, and then we renew it once the care of the grandmother is no longer needed. Then it has to be removed. They can't split it to another parcel. So that's a fairly typical one. The second one was a rural residence special use permit off of Highway 6 east of Atalissa. Board of Adjustment granted a special use permit for that one. Isolated from other structures, met separation distances, low productivity farm ground, so another pretty typical special use permit, so I had no issues with any of those. And then there's no action required from you folks on that one. And then B, we had one agricultural subdivision off G28 at High Prairie. This was simply required because there had been a previous historical split of this farm. It allows the owner to split off his house and sell the farm ground to the person he's been renting it to for a number of years. So it all remains zoned agricultural, no new entrances, and no development would be allowed. It just allows him to sell off the farm ground to a farmer who wanted to purchase it.
You said no action is required on either?
This one you would have to
On
approve.
B?
Yes.
And
this-
it needs to be a roll call vote,
Yeah,
that's not
it's
new.
an actual subdivision plat, just a minor agricultural subdivision.
I would move to approve B.
Scott,
Second.
Jeff seconds. All those in favor, this is a roll call vote. Scott?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Santos?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Approved.
Just kind of an update, we continue to assess flood damage structures. It took actually quite a while this year to get into some of the areas that remained wet and kind of inaccessible. So we're doing that. Something I think new this year that I hope is going to be beneficial, the Corps of Engineers is actually going through and evaluating the leases that they have along the floodplain. I know 6 months ago or so, the Corps had contacted us and stated that FEMA had been in contact with them. They're finally trying to partner to reduce the ongoing damage in the floodplain. So I think you're going to see the Corps of Engineers reducing the number of future leases and possibly not renewing some of these properties that continually get flooded along the Mississippi. Accessibility is a continued problem in these areas. They don't have platted roads. It's very hard for emergency services to get to them. Most of them are across the railroad tracks with very rough crossings. So I kind of see that as a good thing long term, that we may see a reduction in the number of structures eventually, because the Corps is going to start cooperating more, it sounds like, with FEMA to not have so much dollars in the floodplain. So they contacted me on Friday to come out and look at one, and they're asking for our assistance in verifying these people are in compliance with different codes, and so I think that's going to be beneficial long term. So kind of the update right now that I have on flood stuff.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric. Item number 6 is discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of the August 5th, 2019 regular meeting.
I will make the motion with the correction to amend to show that Nathan was absent and that I chaired the meeting for that day.
Jeff has moved per the amendment. Is there a second?
Second.
Scott has seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 7, correspondence. Santos.
I just had on Tuesday, I went over to West Liberty for a open, trying to figure out what the word is, but it's basically where they basically invite the public down to the parks, and it's a open house type of invitation with the police, and they basically open the community to have pizza, ice cream, and good communications with the chief and the police chief and the fire chief. It's really what they do. It's a really good event, and I went out there just to kind of build some relationships and meet some of the contacts, and had some good feedback from the police and the fire.
Excellent. Jeff?
Nothing.
I had, and I think maybe all of us did, an email from a resident of the local municipality concerned about their city government.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So this person had some concerns about their local government. Jeff sent a response, I think, that pretty much pointed out that we're separate from that, but we do thank that person for contacting us.
I had the same contact, and that was all I had as far as correspondence is concerned.
Okay. How about the committees?
Committees, I had no committee meetings this past.
Okay, let me see. I had the Muscatine Community Health Association on Wednesday. We had some discussion kind of about our future. We've had some changes in personnel, and we're gonna need new officers, but since we're most of the way through the year at this point, we figured we just wait until the reorganizational meeting in January. Yeah, that was it. Jeff?
I had the Regional Workforce Board on Tuesday.
Okay. Santos?
I had no committees.
All right, moving right along. Time to receive information from county employees. All right. Keith White, County Engineer.
Good morning. Just a couple comments on projects. Design-wise, nothing new to report. Iowa, they finished paving on G28 that started on Kelly. They won't be paving today because of weather. They'll probably resume tomorrow. They were about halfway through the stretch code on Kelly. Manats had finished the reclamation and seal code on both 112th and Underwood. And so that project's close to closing out. And then Iowa Bridge, we do have a pre-con scheduled for Thursday morning. They intend to start about the 21st, 22nd of August. That's the bridge on the 155th. And McCully, as I reported last week, that's the bridge on North Isaac. They plan to start the week of the 19th. So both those bridge projects will kick off somewhere in there. And then the Iron City Avenue grading, which is replacing the structure, they've got all their major work complete too. So they've got punch list and erosion control left to go there. That's it on projects. The FEMA intends to be back out Wednesday to look at Salisbury, Keokuk, Water Street, and 152nd. I'll be meeting with them on Wednesday. That's all I have. Any questions?
Any other county employees? Okay. Item number 10, items with the administration office. Item A is an action authorizing Jeff Sorensen to sign a Region 9 Regional Workforce Development Board CEO agreement.
I think you all, I had that attached. We've been asking you, I think I told you that, there's been a lot of issues, and so they're reorganizing this whole thing. And what I find comical about this whole process is that they have not really bothered to ask input from any of the regional CEOs, but if you look at that letter, they would like us to sign for, we're fiscally responsible for all the funds and the whole program,
Oh, yeah.
yet they are not taking our input, so. I don't know that we have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
We have to sign it, it risks our federal dollars, but this is kinda comical to me. But it is something that we would, we would be encumbering future boards, and I think it should be in our minutes that we're authorized to sign it or not. Because it does say, basically says that if there's any inappropriate actions with the federal funds, that the local jurisdictions are responsible to replace them and repay them.
All right, do we have a motion?
I would make the motion.
Jeff has moved, Scott has seconded. Any further discussion? Jeff, thank you very much for your work on this. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. It is approved. Any other items with the administration office?
I don't have anything.
11 minutes? That's not maybe a new record, but it's real close. All right, if no one else has anything, I'm gonna declare us adjourned.